Alcohol is literally a drug, but for whatever reason, we as a society have decided to not deem it as such. Alcohol gets glamorized. You are told to use it for all of the things. We are just constantly inundated with marketing that tells us, oh, stressful day, crack open a beer, pour yourself a glass of wine. You've earned this. We as a society put alcohol up on this pedestal, but in reality, we don't need alcohol. Alcohol is a Band-Aid. It's not lasting. It doesn't actually fix the problem.
So this got out of hand for you.
Yeah. Yep. I saw myself binge drinking with friends, waking up the next morning, not remembering what I was doing, losing things, having to reach out to people, asking them to kind of help me piece my night back together. And I got to a point where I didn't recognize who I was, and I didn't really like the version of myself that I saw, and I knew something needed to change.
When you were drinking, when you started out for the day or the evening you started drinking, was your intention to get drunk?
No. I mean, maybe. I was in high school when I started drinking, junior high. And I think the first time I drank, I didn't really know what I was doing. I didn't plan to black out, and I did. I don't think anyone goes with the intention of getting drunk. I think the intention was more, I'm going out with my friends to have a good time. And it ended up in me getting drunk.
Was there a point where there was no stopping? You would drink 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever.
Yeah. I would go
There's
out.
no point where you'd say, no, I'm good. Bring me a glass of water or
No, I was not very thoughtful in it. And then when I realized it was really becoming an issue was when I was dating somebody in college, and that was the only time we were fighting. So that was when I tried to moderate, and I would have just beer and wine, or I'd mix in a water. And it just was this roller coaster is what I call it, where that might work for a night, and then the next weekend I was out drunk again.
Do your personalities change when you hit a certain level?
I really relate to her story because I don't know, we could be friends. I had the boyfriend in college. We fought and broke up 100 million times. No relationship has been like that if I'm not drinking like that. Yeah.
So your personality changes, you get combative.
Yeah, I guess. Usually just with boyfriends though, not girlfriends.
Yeah.
Mine was with both.
Okay.
Yeah. What was your path to sobriety?
So my sobriety started by going to AA for about the first 5 years until the pandemic hit. And I did an outpatient program. I worked with a sponsor. And when the pandemic hit, I also happened to become a mom. So there was some big life changes for me. So now I lead sobriety groups. I do sober coaching. I help other people see that like you can have a lot of fun without alcohol. I have a group of friends that are all sober that I met mid-2020, and we meet every single Tuesday. So that's kind of, my friends call it the A to Z group because I'm Alex Honor. And so it's like their version of AA, but we meet every Tuesday together. And so it's really community is what keeps me sober now.
Well, Dr. Susan Stewart is a professor at Iowa State University and author of On the Rocks, Straight Talk About Women and Drinking, and she's here today. And she believes that stereotypes about women who drink really do oversimplify the issue. Dr. Stewart, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. This has really gone vertical in the last few years with women. Why do you think that is?
Well, you have the statistics right, and they are very scary of what's happened pre-COVID. So women's use of alcohol has been increasing for decades, and it only became much worse since COVID.
This didn't start with COVID, and a lot of people pin things like all the mental emotional issues with young people right now and stuff on the pandemic, but that really started like in 2010, 2011, and the pandemic just kind of threw gas on the fire. And that's what you're saying about alcohol and women.
Yeah, so women drink for a lot of the same reasons men drink, but women are complicated and complex. So they drink for a lot of other reasons as well. And one of the things that's unique to women is the struggle maintaining work life and family life and all their caretaking responsibilities and the stresses that go along with that. And study after study shows a very strong connection between work and family stress and alcohol consumption.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.